front has driven such a great race, and since the safety car came out, this race has had his name all over it then. The Cadillac, all new team this season. Malone has got it all right tonight. He wins the Italian Grand Prix. Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome back. If you're joining us once again from earlier on, or if you're here for the first time, good to see you here with us this afternoon. We are back once again, and this time for the 8 o'clock realistic division of Extinguished Motorsports. I'm so used to the other league on this day. It is, of course, WRC. And back once again. Nice to see so many people returning in the TikTok as well. We've got Mason back again. People saying hello again. Can you answer my DM after, please? And thank you. If you've DM'd the WRC TikTok, somebody will be back to you after this race, I'm sure, because the social media manager of this TikTok in particular is currently racing tonight, I believe. But a very nice race ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. 22 drivers, a full grid here for the Thursday evening race at 8 p.m. And a qualifying first of all. This is the realistic division then. And then we go into a 50% race after this. So George says in the chat, when is the race starting? It will be in around, I'd say, 18 minutes time from now probably. So that is when the Grand Prix should be getting underway. Are these all the new drivers from before? All of these drivers that you're seeing right now are the original World Racing Championship drivers from this tier. The drivers in the last race that we just had, they were pretty much all brand new people that joined through TikTok, and since when we recently blew up on TikTok, they were pretty much all new. This is what we are used to though here in the World Racing Championship. In fact, I normally actually race in this tier, but I've been called up to commentate tonight. This is usually JP's job to commentate tonight, but I have been called up to do it, and I'm very happy to do so. As we've got Jay in the chat, Garrison as well. Hello, mate. Nice to see you back. But a full grid this evening, and you absolutely love to see it. Appreciate it, mate. Nice to see everybody back in. But we're waiting for the first few times of the afternoon here in qualifying with 1.1k likes already. Are you live every day? I am not live every day. Here in WRC, I do Tuesday, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. I do Wednesday at 6 p.m. Today, I'm only covering for JP, so I won't be doing Thursdays again. But I do Fridays F2 for WRC and Saturdays as well. So I'm here quite a lot. There's Matt Connor across the line. He sets the first time in the afternoon, gets quickly beaten by Blake with a 29.9. Yeah, quickly beaten by Blake. Then we've got Tarin in third. It's Milk now to the quickest spot on this track, a 129.834, and it's provisional pole in the early stages. Have you ever won a WRC race if you're a driver? Unfortunately, actually I say unfortunately, yes I have. I have won one. I won in Miami. I won the first round of this season. It was very good, very, very good indeed, and I'm looking forward to get back to it. I was looking forward to get back to it tonight, but I did get called up, and I was not going to let anybody down. More than happy to come in and cover this commentary tonight. I am a WRC winner, yes. I'm very glad to be a WRC winner too. Very proud of myself for that, really am. But Milk, the quickest driver then so far. It is a 29.834 from Blake, from Gianfranco, who actually, if I'm correct, took the win on this previous race we just had. We'll be hosting tomorrow. I will be commentating tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for the F2. So if you want to join for that, you are absolutely able to come in. But, of course, it is not Formula 1. It will be the Formula 2 racing, so a little bit different to maybe what you're joining for and what you're used to, but still good. And I've seen a lot of people saying they're just there for the commentary as well. So if you want to come in to see that, I'll be back again tomorrow for the Friday evening. So much kind words, though. Hopefully I can deliver another nice commentary for you guys this evening. We've got a very nice race on our hands. This is a very fast tier, and the racing is always immaculate and spectacular. Milk currently the fastest driver. We've got 12 minutes to go here in Singapore, and it is the 7th round of the season at the moment. So let me just get the standings on my screen. Give me 2 seconds, and I can quickly have a look at what the standings are looking like. So Oh, it pains me to see it. It absolutely pains me to see it. I'm down to 5th in the World Championship. I was 2nd and 3rd for a good little while. I've had to miss a few races because of internet issues, but I'm still 5th in the championship at the minute. But it's Matt Connor then who leads the World Championship as a reserve driver. Then Malone 2nd place, Lotfi in 3rd. It's Saban 4. It's Jack Crosby Combs, who is me, in 5. And then we've got Mikey Boy in 6, Milk 7, Drew Larrett 8, 9 is Sidemen, and 10 is Danny for the Drivers' World Championship. Is it full quali? No, it isn't. This is a short qualifying session and then a 50% race. It is the realistic tier, but it's realistic performance cars rather than realistic format. So that's the way we're doing it this afternoon. I usually race for Red Bull, Mason, but not racing tonight. Farrell and Sidemen both in the Red Bulls this afternoon. Is into the pit lane for Blake with 11 minutes to go. Yes, they do drive in realistic cars, Jordan. These are realistic performance. So, of course, the Red Bull and the Mercedes will be some of the quickest cars that we have here. And looking down to the Cadillacs and the Aston Martins as your slowest at this moment in time. People saying that the battery is really good on this track as well. So I'm really looking forward to see how they can handle it. I've actually not commentated a Singapore race yet on the F126 DLC. So this is going to be a new one and a first for me. There's Malone in 4th then in the Audi. I don't know if this is a lap or not. I think it is, as the battery's not being used, so it might not be a lap. Seems like he's saving a lot up here, so I think he's just heading it round and saving that battery for a little bit. As yeah, he'll be going on a lap next, I believe, unless he's already been round, because 4th place is a very nice effort from Malone. He does line up 2nd in the World Championship, so a good starting position and a good finishing position really do matter for that Audi today. With only a few rounds left of this season, it's really coming down to the wire. Milk on provisional pole is coming out to the pit lane, and he is getting ready to go for another push lap then this afternoon. His banker lap was the best time of the afternoon with a 29.8. A 1/10 of a second to Blake behind. There's not a lot of time in that, and that is quite easy to find across a whole lap. So Milk has got a bit of work to do here. He's got his work cut out for him. Needs to improve on time. Needs to put a bit of time between him and the guy behind. There's only 9 minutes left now. So it gets a bit more important to set a proper lap time. You can't really afford to make many mistakes anymore. This is it for Milk and Blake. Only a few... they'll have only a few runs really now. They can go now, then they'll go in the pit lane, then they'll, they won't really have much longer left to play with. But how long is the race? The race is around 40 minutes. In the realistic cars, usually takes a bit longer. We're looking at 40 to 45 to 50 minutes at most. It's around that ballpark for the Grand Prix. But the qualifying, of course, always set at the 18 minutes. And we're already, over halfway into that at the moment. How long until the race? We have, 8 minutes till the end of qualifying, then about 2 minutes. So 10 minutes and the Grand Prix will be getting underway. So don't go anywhere, everybody. Only 18 people in the chat as well. We had 270 in the TikTok on the last stream. Usually the numbers start to pick up just before the end of qualifying, which hopefully happens today as well. Let's see if the times start to ramp up then. Malone out there on the track at the moment. Milk, we're going to go and watch along with him. A bit of a tow from the guy in front as he heads down into the left-hander. The Aston Martin looking really quick at the moment. Provisional pole for him as it stands as he tries to go again to improve on his lap time. Not a lot of time between him and the man behind, so he'd be a little bit worried here if he wants to try and hold that position. Only a 10th in it, and Blake now starting a lap. Milk has found a 10th of a second overall so far on this push lap. He's got a teammate in front of him here to give him a bit of a tow now down towards the end of this lap. His teammate helping out massively to give him a little bit more top speed down towards the final the few corners here in Singapore. TMS Milk then heading round and up towards the line. What can he do this afternoon? Provisional pole at best for the Aston Martin. He does improve 2.5 tenths of a second for the Aston Martin, and it's a 1:29.576 at the best time at this moment in time. Decent stuff then for Milk as he goes quickest out of everybody. Milk, though, is finding 2/10 of a second here. This is going to be very close indeed. 2/10 of a second on this lap as a whole. What's the McLaren going to have in store for us today then? His teammate is a little bit too far in front for that distant tow, as Tyron in the Haas now goes to the quickest spots on the track. It is the Haas on provisional pole at 29.2. Not looking like it's going to be beaten by Blake here, who's on his way around. He is finding 4/10, but it might be a stretch to get into the 129.2s. Blake's giving it everything he has now up here in qualifying with 6 minutes to go, and pushing down towards this right-hander, which then sweeps round to the left twice and up towards the line. What can the McLaren do this afternoon? Will it be anywhere near pole position? I think it's going to be the front row of the grid for Blake. It is the front row, but misses out on provisional pole. He's behind Tyron here at the minute. But what a time from him and Tyron as well, and Milk up there at the front. The top three really bringing the action here in qualifying at the moment, as Gianfranco, the man that won the previous race that we did earlier on the WRC TikTok and Twitch, now he's here in fourth with 1:30.0. Cam Ruddy across the line. Cam Ruddy now to fourth place here in qualifying with a 29.855. A very nice time indeed for the Racing Bull, who gets onto the second row of the grid. Brilliant effort from him. Are the fastest drivers in the slowest cars and the slowest in the fastest cars? Yes, to some extent. It's pretty much like that. That's how it's supposed to be. Of course, people do start to improve and get better and things like that from, over time from practicing. But that is mainly how it is. The slowest drivers are in the fastest cars and the fastest drivers are in the slowest cars. That's why I was in a Red Bull, but I still ended up winning the race. So I got lucky in that regard, I guess. But 5 minutes to go then, everybody. 20 people join us in the TikTok, 21, and it always does start to, slowly creep up with numbers as we get towards the end of our qualifying session. As I mentioned earlier, 270 people joining us for the safety car restart earlier on in the Grand Prix for the 6 p.m. race. It was very nice to see, and we gained, I think it was 120 followers in one stream. It was insane. Can we beat that today, everybody? Make sure you're sharing the live. 300 people in the stream is where we want to get. Let's keep this going. This league's on a really good track, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. I completely agree, mate. Safety car restart was crazy. It really was. Hopefully we get something like that again. Always fun to watch when you get a safety car at the very end of the race, especially with so many people watching. It makes for a very nice ending of a Grand Prix. But we are here for the 8 p.m. realistic World Racing Championship Grand Prix, or qualifying first of all, I must say. And it's Gianfranco who won the 6 p.m. race earlier on, joining us here for the first time in the realistic in fourth position in qualifying. It's a 29.8, a few tenths of a second then to TMS Milk in front of him. And we've got Tyron, who took an unexpected provisional pole position up at the front earlier on. Blake to second place, Milk to third, Gianfranco 4, it is Cam Ruddy 5, P6 is Ace, 7 is George Russell, then joined by his teammate Maloon in 8. Maloon, by the way, is second place in the Drivers' World Championship. The leading driver of the championship is Matt Connor, who is nowhere to be seen at the minute. Where is Matt Connor? Down in P18. He has set a time, but it really isn't ideal. And he's going to have to try and, improve on that if he wants to have a decent starting place. 70 people now in the chat, and as I mentioned, always does seem to pick up as we reach the latter stages of qualifying. Then don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying. Only 3 minutes left, and then the Grand Prix coming up next. This is to decide the starting positions of the Grand Prix. And Scooters TV joins in the chat again, the man that sent a whopping amount of subs and gifted them into the Twitch. And he's back again, one of our greatest supporters of the World Racing Championship, joins us again. But here we go then, this is where it starts to get even more exciting. The end of qualifying is here then, ladies and gentlemen, as Jay Roger with a game controller gift in the chat. Thank you very much, mate, appreciate it. Getting quite a few gifts recently, really do appreciate that, mate. And just in time for the end of qualifying. We've got the front two drivers on out laps. TMS Milk then making his way around, and I'm not too sure if this is a lap. It isn't looking like it at the minute as he continues on. I think he will go for one after, as Gianfranco has just finished his lap, and it will be P4 for him at the end. It won't be long before Tyrant starts his final lap at the moment as he's leading this Grand Prix. 2 minutes to go. Sorry, he's leading this qualifying session, my apologies, with 2 minutes to go and on an out lap. So keep your eye out because he will be going for a lap very, very soon. Someone in the chat came here to stay. Came here to say after watching the Brazilian Grand Prix. Good to see. Nice to see all 112 people now watching live in the TikTok, and it seems to be going up and up and up. Nice to see that the numbers are rising. But 22 drivers join us here for qualifying, and the final lap times are coming in. We're going to see if Maloon is on one. Maloon heading around the final turn. I think this is going to be a starting lap for him now, heading down in towards turn one. What has Maloon got in store? This is going to be one of the better laps we see. The Audi currently lining up in 8th position, but 2nd place in the World Championship standings, and only a few rounds left of the season. These points matter. These points are crucial in these latter stages of qualifying now. He wants to start high up on the grid, and 8th place is not going to cut it for a 2nd place World Championship leader. He's doing brilliantly well in the championship. Not so good so far on qualifying time, but I'm sure he is going to find some time and improve. I missed the first sector through yapping and talking so much, but we're going to see what his middle sector looks like very soon. He has got a few cars following behind as well. What we're going to do is we're going to watch Maloon now and see if he can improve on time, and then once we've seen that, we're going to have a look at Tyrant and Blake and see if the front few are able to improve on their already very quick times. Here is Maloon then, down and up towards the end of the 2nd sector. First sector didn't look too bad. What's the middle sector looking like? It's nearly 4 whole tenths of a second found for the Audi. Only 1/3 of this track to go. Maloon is on an absolute roll at the moment. A distant tow from the Mercedes in front as here comes the Audi of Maloon round and towards the final few corners here in the World Racing Championship Singapore, the 7th round of the season in qualifying, and the 2nd place sitter in the World Championship is going to line up on the 2nd row of the grid. Maloon to P4 here in qualifying as Tyrant's down by 6,000ths of a second then in the 1st sector. Now down to the 2nd sector. He's up by 600ths of a second. It's not too much at all, but he's going to take anything to extend that pole margin, everybody. Can Tyrant extend that pole margin even further? So far he will be doing so in towards the final 2 turns of the Singapore Grand Prix track. Can he improve? I think he will, but it's only going to be slightly. Tyrant towards the line. It's looking good for the pole sitter. It extends the margin even further. He finds a whole 1/10.5 at the end of qualifying, and the Haas once again extends the pole margin. He is on provisional pole at the moment. Cam Ruddy then is up by a 1/10.5. Is into the wall there for an Alpine in the backside. Not too sure who that was, but somebody hits in the wall. It's not looking good for that Alpine, but Cam Ruddy's looking like he's up on time and flying at the minute. Let's see what the middle sector is looking like then. Well, he's already been through the middle sector, my apologies. Let's see what the final sector is looking like for the Racing Bull. It's looking very decent at 29.8 at the minute. He needs to get this final sector going well. Can the Racing Bull get anywhere near the top? It's P5 starting this Grand Prix today. Very nice time indeed. A spud with a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with King Fenrir, who King Fenrir now has invalidated. It's a Jotoy now in 13. Is going to be not improving and slowing down. Matt Connor then into the pit lane, the man that leads the World Championship here on the Thursday Realistic. Behind that is Spud in P21. And at the end of qualifying, it is Tyrant in the Haas who takes pole position ahead of Blake on the front row of the grid. We've got a very nice Grand Prix coming your way, everybody, and 135 people watching live in the TikTok. So make sure you stay around because this is looking good. Nearly 1,150 followers on TikTok. And if you haven't already followed us, make sure you do. We're growing massively every single day and every single stream that we do here in the World Racing Championship. It gets better every single time, and hopefully you're enjoying the commentary as well. This should be a very nice race to watch. We've just had qualifying then. Next up is the 50% race. And roll it on. It's going to be very nice indeed. Pole position by Tyrant. Is this open to the public, or does one need to join the Discord and sign up? It will be Discord, mate. Please, if you could DM the league on TikTok, sorry, I can't speak, then the league owner will send you a message after the stream has ended. Here we go then, everybody. The finishing results for qualifying, and it is Tyron in the Haas on pole position by 2 whole tenths of a second over Blake and the McLaren in second place. Milk third then with Maloon 4. Cam Ruddy lines up 5, joined by Gianfranco in 6. George Russell 7. Tom B 8. 9 Albon Lover, and 10 is Ace. A very nice qualifying Grand Prix up next. Thanks for the kind words, guys. Mikey in the chat says 25 shares and he'll send a Galaxy. Share the stream. Mikey boy is going to send a Galaxy into the TikTok. That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? But you join us here then, everybody, for a 50% Grand Prix. We had a race earlier on at 6 p.m. Someone says, are you the son of David Croft? I've been having a lot of messages like that today. I don't know if it's because I've always watched him, so I've maybe picked up on his mannerisms. I don't know. But I do appreciate the support. I really, really do. Just so glad that WRC is finally taking off. This league, you guys don't know the half of it. The amount of effort that all the admins put in, it is insane. As Mikey Boy sends over a Galaxy, I think the 4th that he sent here to the World Racing Championship. Galaxy sent into the TikTok. Treat in the stream. You love to see that. Very nice indeed. But we are on the grid, everybody. And the Grand Prix starting in a few moments' time. This is your formation lap, and it is Tyron from pole position today. He will lead the drivers down towards turn 1. The Haas from P1. It is Blake second place. Milk then third. Maloon 4. Cam Ruddy 5. Gianfranco 6. P7 George Russell then. P8 Tom B. 9 Albon, and 10 is Ace. The top 10 looking good. As the race very soon to start. Someone says, let's have a look. League's blown up, 200 plus members since yesterday. I know. I woke up this morning and we had, I think, 980 followers or something like that. We are now on 1,166, which is just insane. Absolutely incredible. My girlfriend joins us in the chat. How do I join? I'm sure you want to join, Anna. We have 22 drivers joining us then, everybody. And it is Tyron in the Haas on pole position. Do not go anywhere, as a brilliant Grand Prix is on the way. We have gained well over 150 followers just from the stream earlier on. Let's see if we can replicate that today with a full grid in the realistic series of WRC. Tyron coming out of absolutely nowhere in the Haas. But I'm very, very much looking forward to this. 2 commentaries for WRC tonight. Everyone's been saying, how is your voice not gone? I honestly don't know how. I've done so much comms this week. 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 yesterday, and I've done 2 today as well. We've still got 1 coming up tomorrow for WRC and Saturday, and 1 on Sunday morning. I'm going to need a big rest on Sunday. It's going to be a rest day for me, but it is brilliant. And Tyron from pole position then. The drivers line up on the grid. Spud will be the final driver to line up. And 128 people watching live for the race start here in Singapore. Thursday, realistic performance. And Tyron from pole. 150 people. I'll never, ever get used to it. Insane. Hope you all enjoy, everybody, because this is going to be sensational. Here we go then, everybody. The 7th round of the season here in Singapore. Realistic performance. It's Tyron from pole position with a great lap in qualifying and an even better start in the Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go, and the Haas gets away well then. Down towards turn 1. A brilliant start, and already a gap from the guy behind. The McLaren, though, lunges into turn 1. Looks like he was going to try and make a move there. Not able to get through. It's Tyron leading still on the start. Blake down to P2. Cam Rudy then in third. He's trying to hold off the Aston Martin from behind of Milk. Then comes Gianfranco, who won the previous race here in the World Racing Championship. The Red Bull in the back. Then it's round for Farrell, who is spinning round at the back and at the back of the track now, getting back on. Unfortunate start from him, but a brilliant start from the front as there is a battle for the race lead. It's Blake against Tyron here. The McLaren all of a sudden battling against the race leader. Blake against Tyron. The Haas against the McLaren. Who gets out in front here then? Blake's just about in front and holding it at the minute. How long for though, as Tyron now has got Cam Rudy to look after, who he's now trying to get through, and he has got through. What a move from the Racing Bull. That was very brave indeed as he managed to get ahead into second place. Tyron then goes down to third. Gianfranco now is trying to get involved as well as Milk goes through around the outside lines. What a move from the Aston Martin. Gianfranco's going to have to wait his turn now. 5th place for him at the moment. Then comes George Russell in 6th. Albon Lover 7. P8 then is Tom B, who's got a driver up his inside line. Can see him in his right mirror. Here comes the Cadillac of Ace, who's going to try and make an overtake. They are level into the right-hand side. What a race so far. The Cadillac getting his elbows out, and off the side of the track there goes the Williams. I think it was Tom B who went across the track. Might have got a warning there as well. A bit of a naughty move for him, but he actually did get forced off there by the Cadillac. Didn't really have much place to go, and it's hard racing action from the drivers. Into turn 1 we go. The Williams not able to get ahead. Ace with a brilliant start then. 8th place for him. Let's go up to the front and see where the drivers started. So far, Blake gaining a position then from the start. Behind that is Cam Rudy, then Tyron 3rd, Milk 4, Gianfranco 5. The top 5 looking well as everybody only a few tenths of a second between each other, heading down in towards this left-hander. 233 people watching live in the TikTok and growing. Insane, absolutely insane. If you haven't already, make sure you follow the WRC TikTok. We are nearly 1,200 followers in and getting better and better every stream. Blake so far, the driver in front though, and currently leading very well. He's doing a very good job. Cam Rudy 2nd place by 7/10 of a second at the moment. Then comes Tyron in 3rd, Milk in 4. It's been some great battling at the minute. I've got to say, I would love to manifest a late safety car later on because that did make it very exciting for the stream. Hopefully we can get that same kind of thing later on. Let's see how it goes. As here comes the Audi as well. I can't really find where he was. I think it was Maloon who was trying to make a move. Maloon, by the way, is 2nd place in the Drivers' World Championship. He's currently down in P17. He's well out of position. He's down 13 places since this start. Maloon has had a shocker of a Grand Prix start today. Down to P17. He is going to have to try and make those moves up. He wants to defend his championship. He's 2nd place at the minute and only a few points between him and Matt Connor. Matt Connor so far is going to be running behind him in P19. So for the championship leaders, it is not good at all. This is the battle happening here then between the Alpine and the Aston Martin, and a few more drivers trying to get involved behind as well. It's a little bit squirrely there on the exit for the Aston Martin. That's going to bring the McLaren into play as he now tries to go around the outside line, holding back for a moment as Albon Lover just waiting behind for the right time, now using his battery to get in front, and that is the McLaren up and through into P5. A brilliant overtake, and he is through, making that look very easy indeed. Let's get the battery up on your screen so you can see what's going on with the battery at the moment. 1,200 followers has been hit now on TikTok, which is very nice indeed. Thanks very much everybody for doing that. We're absolutely flying with the followers. So many per stream. It is so nice to see, and I'm glad to see that we're getting the support as well. Really, really nice. But Blake out in front still. It looked like an awful corner there. You can see he lost a bit of time to Cam Rudy. Cam now trying to catch him up. And it is the Racing Bull getting ever closer to the backside. Braking hard now into the right-hand side. Someone in the chat says, where's Meal Deals? Meal Deals isn't racing tonight, unfortunately. But you might see him back very, very soon. I think he races in a few more tiers here. Definitely does race here, though. Meal Deals, one of the favourites because of his name. Tesco meal deal one you'll never forget, but Blake now heading around the final turn and up towards the line for the McLaren. 3/10 of a second, the gap now between 1 and 2. The third place driver of Tyrone, who started on pole, has actually fell off slightly here, and he is going to want to try and gain a little bit if he can. He started on pole position, so 2 places down from the start. Not an ideal start at all for him, but he is going to have to try and catch up, and I think he will be able to do so. Who's leading the championship, says Lukey. It is Matt Connor at the moment, who is all the way down in P19. Matt Connor falling back then in this race at the minute and will not be scoring as many points as he'd actually like to do. Keane then with a 3-second time penalty. I believe he's further down the grid. Keane down in P20. Persevering on, though, with this race at the minute, and you've got to love that about him. He never quits, does he? Keane, and always continues on. Someone says better than the real thing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We've had a lot of good support in the chat recently. So many nice things said about the commentary and the stream as well. So nice to see people enjoying it. As somebody's gone down, Milk spun around. One of the leading drivers, Milk down to P20 in the Aston Martin. That is awful from him as he falls all the way down to P20. Such a shame from Milk then. As Tom B with a 3-second time penalty. George Russell spending his summer break still driving. Yes, he is. He actually won a race a few days ago as well. He won on the Tuesday night. George Russell giving it a good go in the summer break. But we head round the final corner, then up towards the line for Blake. He is still the leading driver and really, really quick in these cars at the minute. Watch him in the F2 as well, because Blake's very fast in the F2 cars. That comes up tomorrow. Anna's making a cup of tea right now. Have fun with the comms. Brilliant stuff. Hopefully you have a nice cup of tea, Anna. Well, the McLaren out in front and doing a very nice job at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. The Racing Bull not too far behind that. Behind that, though, we have Albon Lover and Gian Franco. Gian Franco actually won the last race. And now Albon Lover's trying to catch up. Still not able to get ahead. I'm being compared to the F2 commentator and Martin Brundle. 2 people that sound nothing alike. Which one is it? But lap 5 of 31 here. And a safety car later on would be very nice. We did have that actually in the last race. And the amount of views we got through that was just insane. 131 people then join us in the TikTok at the minute. And 9.5k likes. Very nearly 10k likes on the TikTok already. Only 5 laps in. Maybe Alex Jakes. I actually met him a few weeks ago at the F1. He's a very nice commentator, very good commentator. He's quite small in real life, though. Smaller than you think. There's a long line of drivers there behind this as they all head down into the right-hander. And not many overtakes going on at the minute. They're all keeping well within each other, though. And here comes the Audi. Here we go, then, proving me wrong. It is the Scuderia Ferrari who's trying to hold that position. But the Audi on the outside line with a little bit more pace here over that Ferrari. Round the outside and through goes Malone into P13. He should be making moves like that, because he is, of course, high up in the World Championship. Going off wide there for Ollie Southall as the Racing Bull is now going to try and catch up on the backside. This is going to be a very, very good battle here on the 6th lap of the race. Can the Racing Bull catch up? He's holding it on the backside, but unfortunately for him, not able to get ahead at the moment. The Racing Bull then there looking to get in front. Let's go to the front, actually. There's a bit of action going on here. It's Cam Ruddy against Blake. Cam Ruddy going for the Grand Prix lead against Blake in the McLaren. The first time he's been actually challenged here, ladies and gentlemen, for a Grand Prix win. And it's Cam Ruddy for the first time today who leads the Singapore Grand Prix. What a drive so far. The question is, though, can he hold it? It's going to be quite hard to do so with the likes of Blake behind him. Tyrone as well. He took a great qualifying time. But honestly, seems like he's struggling, you know, in the race pace. He does seem like he's struggling. Milk out of the race for Dinosaur, and that is a safety car. That is exactly what we were waiting for. That is exactly what we wanted. Do not go anywhere, everybody. 124 people in the TikTok, and a safety car has been deployed. If you don't know what that means, basically means that somebody has binned it into the wall. Somebody has retired from the session, and the safety car has came out. Usually in the actual Formula 1, it's, of course, because the marshals have to come onto the track and sweep away any of the debris. We will not be having that in the game, but a safety car still does come out, and the drivers have to line up behind it. And the reason why it's so good is because we basically get a race restart again. This is why we like it. Safety car out then, everybody. And Albon Lovett as your leader. He stays out, as well as Ace, Ajor, and Kian, who all stay out to gain track position. They do not go into the pit lane. They sacrifice new tyres for a position. Is that going to pay off later, or are they going to start to struggle? It will definitely pay off if we get another safety car very soon, but depends on the pace that they have. It really does. I don't know if they've got the pace for it. We will find out. You sound like F2 commentator Chris McCarthy. Yeah, I've heard him. He does sound very good. If I sound like him, that's a great compliment. Thank you very much. But still 150 people, and we did have 270 earlier, which is absolutely insane stuff. But a safety car is here if you're just joining us. And we're just waiting now for the drivers to start to catch up behind it. We have had Sidemen, Nova Piper, Milk, and Dinosaur all retire from the session this evening. So many DNFs already. 4 people out in 7 laps. Hopefully we don't get any more. But the racing we've had so far definitely makes up for it. What is your name? I find your voice mad familiar. My name is Jack Crossley, if you've heard of that before. I've been around many racing leagues. Many racing leagues, so you probably have heard my voice before. Been doing it since 2021 now, so you would have probably heard it. But here in Singapore, then, the 7th round of the season, it's been an enjoyable one indeed, as Albon Lovett as your leader and doing what he can in the McLaren. He is going to have a swarm of drivers behind him to overtake. Keane in 4th place, as I've just realised. That man, and I don't think you'll mind me saying, quite a lot near the back of the grid. And today, up in 4th. Love to see him there. Who is commentating the second race on Friday. So I'll be doing the first one at 6, and then at 8 p.m. it is our other commentator, JP, who I've been told sounds exactly like me. We're quite similar to each other. So I guess we're quite good to swap out with each other. But tonight, this would be his commentary, and I would actually be racing in it. But he's not available tonight for the 6 p.m. or the 8 p.m. So I've come in and done both for him. And I'm very glad that I've got the opportunity to do so. We've gained so many followers on TikTok tonight again. I woke up this morning, we weren't even on 1,000, and now we're on 1,200. It's insane that we're being, spotted by this many people. But hopefully the safety car goes in very soon, everybody. Would you want to commentate in a real race? Honestly, I got asked that quite a lot in the last stream as well. Maybe. It depends on the circumstances, really. I don't really know. To be honest, I've never really had the confidence to go into it in real life because I didn't think I'm good enough. But I guess from the support that I've seen recently, might have to give it a go from what I've seen. But the safety car should be coming in this lap. There's only a few drivers now that need to catch up behind that safety car, and it will be time to go racing again. Albon Lover from the front. And we've got 18 people left in this race still. We have had 4 people retire, which is a shame. But still 18 people can bring some good racing action. And the main talking point for today is that the top 4 are all on old tyres. They decided not to go into the pit lane, meaning that they can gain the position on track. They can jump all the way to the front of the grid. But the price they have to pay is, of course, then they have no new tyres. So the grip levels at the start for them compared to the guys behind is going to be none. And the chance of them actually staying there is pretty slim. So let's see how that works out then for them, because they might struggle. Their tyres are 8 laps old, which is going to be awful, especially here in Singapore. But I was wrong. There is one more lap around behind the safety car. This should be the lap now. There's one more person needs to catch up. That is Matt Connor, which we need to talk about because at the minute he's currently down in P18, the very back of the grid, dead last this afternoon. Matt Connor, everybody, leads the World Championship. And on 102 points then, only has a few points difference to Malone on 96. Malone today doing a little bit better in P12. But at the minute, not looking good for Matt Connor. If you didn't know as well, everybody that races here do collect points. It isn't like the Formula 1 down to top 10. It is all the way to the bottom. Everybody picks up points in WRC. As there he is, the man himself, JP, in the chat, the man that will be commentating tonight. Go show his account some love. I've just seen he's been recently posting on there again. Make sure you go and follow it. Of course, one of the great commentators. Anna coming out with some silly comments. I can say that because I do know her. Don't worry, I'm not offending some random person. But how does the point system work? I will get that up on my screen in a bit, and I might be able to talk through it. But we are about to go racing again soon. I don't really have time to do so. But it is, I think, 35 points to the race winner, and then it just goes all the way down to 1 point in the back. So, yeah, it's good. Everybody gets points. That's the point. No pun intended. I didn't realise that. But Albon Lover then from the front in the McLaren. We're finally gonna get racing again, and I'm very much looking forward to this. Everybody in the chat at the minute, there's 200 people watching live, and if you want to put in a prediction, let us know who do you think is going to be the race winner this evening. We're still quite a long way away from that. Only 9 laps in then of 31. And now around the final turn, Albon Lover goes quite early. We go racing again then, and up towards the line with the McLaren. Albon leading by 0.6 of a second. Ace then second place. Third is Ajor. In third it is Kian 4, Cam Rudy 5, Blake 6. Down into turn 1 then P7 is Tyron. As Cam Rudy now gets into P6 and the positions change around. It is side by side here with a back marker and one of the front runners. I don't know who that back marker is. It's a Racing Bull, or maybe it's not a back marker. I think he's just going ghosted on the race start. Here comes Cam Ruddy then in P9 as an Audi goes through, and now letting through Tom B as well. The Racing Bull of Cam Ruddy all the way down to P10 on their safety car restart. It's been a horrible start from him. He loses many places since we go racing again. It's level pegging here side by side, very nearly into the wall there. The Audi and the Williams very nearly run each other off the road. That was very close indeed. And I've just realised it's Cam Ruddy being kicked out of the game. That's why it's in AI driving. If someone could get Cam Ruddy an invite, get him back in. He's falling down the order, and it's not him racing at the minute. He's been kicked from the session. That's why he lost so many places on the start. It's such a shame to see because he was racing well as well. But here we go then, a move happening here. It is the Mercedes against Tyron, the pole sitter, and a much better corner there for the Haas, who just about pulls in front of the Mercedes. Kian having to drop down. Kian in a very nice place today. He would be happy to hold this, wouldn't he? But he is going with an overtake here. Gianfranco round the outside line. The man that won earlier on is here now trying to make some places up, and he's up to 6th position as the Alpine on his debut, I believe, in the Thursday tier. He now gets ahead of the Mercedes and trying to go on now to overtake Tyron in front. Behind that, then everybody a few tenths of a second between each other. This has been a great race so far, and a very nice safety car restart, I have to admit. Albon Lover, your leader then, by 9 whole tenths of a second. A second place, Blake running in third as the Toy now loses down to 4. Then it's Tyron 5. He did take pole position earlier on, by the way. Blake's got to be favourite on those tyres. No, let's have a look. Blake in third, 4-lap hold. Yeah, absolutely, Mikey. Completely right there. Blake definitely the favourite then to win this race. And cutting the corner quite a lot there, but looking like he got away with it as he is trying to catch up on Ace here. And Ace just in front of him on 10-lap old medium compound tyres. Blake on 4-lap old hards here and trying to get ahead of this Cadillac. Looks for the inside line. Not able to get in front, but Blake is gunning down this second place sitter and won't be long before he's probably in the lead of this Grand Prix. The McLaren on the charge here then on the latter stages of this lap. Trying to get ahead of the Cadillac. He switches back underneath now. Will he get a better exit than the Cadillac? Travelled a shorter distance. He's going to try and get ahead now. Around the outside line, braking very late, not really giving a lot of time to regenerate that battery, but still has 90% left in that car. Burns it now all the way on the exit to try and get out in front of Ace, and I think the move's done and dusted. Through goes the McLaren as now Blake goes into second place, and it is a McLaren 1-2 in the Grand Prix so far. Only one of them has got old tyres on, and that might be an issue later on in the race. Lap 11 of 31 then here in the Grand Prix, and we head up towards the line with the drivers. The leader Albon Lover, then it's a McLaren 1-2 as Ace lines up in third after just being overtaken. He's getting much... Oh, hang on, that was Tyron trying to get ahead here of Ace. And now up towards the right-hander. It's going to be the Haas driver trying to get ahead. He's doing everything in his power. A lot of battery behind him as well as he puts his foot flat to the floor, burning the battery as well. He can't do anything more than this. The car's sticking to the ground as the top speed reaches even higher, round into the left-hander, and the Haas goes through. The Cadillac gets punted to the side, does go ghosted there as the Haas now have Tyrant going for third place. Gianfranco now into third. What a drive from the Alpine as he gets into third position and the bottom step of the podium. Finally in the podium places for him as a full safety car again. Matt Connor is out of the Grand Prix. I don't know what's happened here, but ladies and gentlemen, the safety car has come out again for a second time this afternoon. Enjoy Game of Thrones, Anna. Thanks for joining. See you in a bit. So many people joining tonight. 215 at the minute. Oh, Matt retired a few laps ago. Must have been okay. Sorry, guys. I completely missed it. I was focusing on the guys in front. I should have seen that. But, yeah, the man that leads the World Championship retires, and we have yet again another safety car tonight. The McLarens line at 1 and 2, and this is going to help Albon Lover out massively. He is going to be able to go into the pit lane for brand new tyres. However, everybody's probably going to stay out here, only just been in, and everyone that made that pit stop first of all and made the sacrifices are now going to reap the rewards. Blake will lead. Gianfranco now promoted to second place. I have to say, what a drive from him. I've mentioned it many times, but he did win the previous race only a few hours ago. And now he's here trying to do it again. Can he make it back-to-back race wins in the World Racing Championship? Would be very nice. Can we see the standings, you say? Let's have a look. You know what? As we're under the safety car, everybody, I am going to bring up the standings for you right now. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to bring them up as an image on the screen. It might not look as polished as I'd like it to look, but I will bring them up just so you guys can see what the standings are looking like at this moment in time. They're looking pretty decent, actually, and the drivers that you would expect to be out in front aren't actually doing as well as you'd probably think. Here's the standings then, as I bring it onto your screen. Have a quick look at this then. This is the Drivers' Championship, and it is Matt Connor as your leading driver. However, he has retired today. Maloon second place in the championship. Third is Lotfi. 4 is Saban. 5th is me, but I'm not racing. I've been told that's old standings. That's old Jack. I'm top at the minute. Oh, my apologies. Have I just been... Are you having me on, or is it actually old? Because I can't see any... Oh, wait, I think it is. Oh, it is old. Oh, my bad, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I've been showing the wrong standings. I've been talking about the wrong standings the whole stream. I do apologise. I didn't scroll down enough in the channel. There we go. Hopefully that's all good. Updated standings on your screen. That was a rookie mistake by me. Here we go then. Maloon does lead the World Championship. It is F1 Mikey Boy second place. Third place is Sidemen. Matt Connor 4, Blake 5, Milkin 6, P7 Lotfi, 8 Saban, 9 Danny, and 10 is me. Then 11 Drew Larrard, 12 Neva Piper, and the list goes on. You get the gist of it. The standings looking very nice though. And we can see Blake, who's leading this race. If he does actually go ahead and win this race, with that standings that you can see on your screen, he will jump up even higher. 80 points at the minute. That's going to get him probably very near the lead of the World Championship. So looking very nice for him, as I will take them now off the screen. I really do apologise about getting the wrong standings and actually going off the wrong standings the whole stream. I had one job. I did have one job, but... it's all right. I won't make the mistake again. well, 13,000 likes on TikTok, 150 people watching live, and we have gained an absolutely astronomical amount of followers across both of these streams this evening. And the Grand Prix will be getting going again very soon. We're behind the safety car at the minute, but won't be long before we go racing once more. Jack, what race would you comment and why? Do you mean what particular track? Because if it was a particular track, I would love to commentate on the British Grand Prix. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but it's got to be the British Grand Prix for me. That is the one. Is this Baku? It isn't. This is Singapore. Under the lights in Singapore. One of my favourite tracks, actually. Really nice track. I'd love to go here in real life. But Blake is your leader then. And don't go anywhere, everybody. We've had a very nice amount of people joining in the stream. Stick around. And the safety car in at the end of this race. At the end of this lap, sorry. We have had 5 drivers retire before the end of the race. And 17 remain. We're about to get racing again. And the safety car is about to go away. Time to go racing, everybody, here in the Thursday Realistic Performance tier. Blake in the McLaren out in front. But can he lead? Going on to the first racing lap after the safety car. Lap 14 about to end. Lap 15 will be the starting lap. And up towards the line. Blake lays it quite late, but he goes racing again. We are back to normal racing speed. Gianfranco now is going to try and hunt down the race leader, Blake in the McLaren. Tyre in then. The pole sitter not too far behind as he is going to try and get himself through as well. Yellow flags being shown here, but we are racing again as the Audi tries to make a move down the Scuderia Ferrari too, but not able to make that lunge just yet. Looking behind there to see if we can find anything, but it isn't looking like it. Apart from the Mercedes. Oh, he makes contact with the Williams into the barrier for one of the drivers. It was the Spud, I believe, into the wall as he went sideways into the barrier. Spud coming back though on his teammate as he tries to get through. Here comes the move. Not able to do it just yet. Let's go back to the front here as there is moves going on for the front few positions. It's a draw in 4. His teammate Ollie Southall's having a battle here. The 2 Scuderias battling away here in Singapore. There's action going on from behind as well as they all with a few tenths of a second, nearly 4 abreast into the left-hander. It is 4 abreast here as George Russell ahead of that gets into P5. A draw down to 6. King Fenrir running in P7. There's Danny in 8 now. 9 is Farrell. It's all going off here in Singapore. There's a McLaren on the outside line trying to keep within a few tenths of a second and not making sure he doesn't hit Malone, which he does side by side out of the corner. But Malone with better pace. He now goes out in front. 10th position now for Malone as Albon Lover tries to make a move up the inside. Not able to do that just yet. Has to stay back. And the pack all bunched up here after the safety car restart as they head round and onto the second lap after that safety car goes away. It's lap 15 to 31, nearly lap 16, and a brilliant safety car restart round for Albon Lover. He was leading earlier on so much this afternoon, and now down to P16, back of the grid in the pit lane for some drivers as well. It's the Ferrari in the pit lane of Ajor. As we go racing once more down the main straight, it is Blake still leading everybody, and Mikey says that he's going to send a Galaxy in the TikTok. SDB Racing League repost as well. Good to see SDB in here. SDB join us this evening. Good to see you guys. Absolutely love your guys' commentary. And of course, all the viral videos. Nice to see you join us here in the World Racing Championship. Hopefully you enjoyed the action this evening. This is the Thursday Realistic tier in the World Racing Championship and lap 16 of 31. Currently we've had 2 safety cars and we are racing again at the minute. Are we going to get any more safety cars? Not too sure. But Gianfranco won the previous round and he's here trying to do the same thing again. Can he take 2 for 2? So much action going on behind as well. So I'm missing a little bit of it. We'll try to go back to it. The Red Bull there trying to get ahead of the Racing Bull. Can't do it. He gets hit there by the Cadillac. Here comes the Cadillac. The Aston Martin as well. It's a huge crash here under the bridge and a virtual safety car comes out. Massive crashes there through the bridge. Loads of contact. There's loads of wings flying as well as round goes the Red Bull. Foul is out. Farrell retires from the session. It was a huge collision there and he is out of the Thursday race here in Singapore. Another safety car, the third safety car, ladies and gentlemen. And Blake in the McLaren as your leader. Now we are going to get some pit stops coming in, surely. Gianfranco will do so. Tyron as well. I'm so glad to see SDB in the chat. Absolutely love you guys, I really do. I've seen you guys' TikToks. Nice to see you guys coming in and watching this. But the second safety car then, the third safety car then, currently in the World Racing Championship. It is Blake from Tyron from Ollie Southall. Let's have a look at the pit stops then to see who's actually been in. Actually, sorry, no, we'll have a look at the tyre to see who's been in. It is the top 4 who haven't been into the pit lane for a good while. Came up on our For You page, just thought I'd support the stream. Maudi here, by the way. Mate, you're a legend in the sim racing community. Nice to see you in the stream tonight. Hopefully having a nice day, and hopefully you enjoyed the stream as well. We are the World Racing Championship. Recently gone quite large on TikTok, and yeah, we're getting a lot of following recently, so just trying to make the most of it, and hopefully you all enjoy the action tonight. But it's been a great race so far. While we're under safety car, give us some race predictions, everybody. Who do you think's going to win? I'm interested to see who do you think can actually take it here. It's going to be really close. There's a few drivers at the top that haven't been in the pit lane, you know, for a good while. They will have to go into the pits soon. They'll also have less grippier tyres from the guys behind who are on the 4-lap old hards, and the 5-lap old too aren't too bad. Gianfranco's on the brand new ones. As someone says, the car's equal. No, they are realistic. This is the realistic performance league in the World Racing Championship. It might be quite hard to keep up with because they have so many race days now. They race 7 days a week, just, you know, for full seasons, and then we have another, I think, 5 or 6 mini championship seasons going on the same days. There's a lot going on at the minute, and the admins deserve all of the credit. The amount of work they're putting into this league is incredible, and they must be knackered because there's so much to do. But into the pit lane then for Cam Ruddy, and he is going to fall down the order. It's Cam Ruddy with a 10-second time penalty and retires from the session then, so he is out. And that will leave us with 14 people left, unfortunately, but still we should have a nice ending to this race. Or I say ending, we aren't even really near the end yet. We're only about halfway in, or just over halfway really, and Blake will be your leader. As the McLaren's done a good job. He did have his teammate up with him earlier on. That is unfortunately not happening anymore, but he's still up there on his own, and he's, of course, going to be happy with that. Can Blake convert this into a Grand Prix win? He is on some older tyres compared to you know, the mid-pack and some of the guys behind, but I really think he has got the pace here. Blake has been one of the fastest. He currently lines up 5th in the World Championship standings with 80 points from 99 to Matt Connor in front of him. And Matt Connor's not scoring any tonight, by the way, so Blake is pretty much guaranteed to jump a position in the championship. It's going to come down to the wire. You can just see it happening beneath our eyes. It is Blake, though, at the front. Can we view Danny from the restart? Where's Danny? Unfortunately not, because I want to see the action from the front. But the safety car is about to get underway. We'll go to Danny later on and see what's happening with him. But of course, Danny, one of the world champions here in the World Racing Championship, won the Tuesday division. Racing here in the Thursday Realistic, we've got 192 people joining us in the TikTok, 20 people in the Twitch as well. Don't go anywhere, everybody, because the race is about to restart here in the World Racing Championship. It is Blake from the front, and we are about to go racing again. Here comes the McLaren. It's time to go again round the final turn, and we are racing once more here in Singapore. It is Blake from the front, Tyron second place. Ollie Southall then is on the podium places as we get racing again in the chat. Scooters TV, how many subs is that? He's just sent, I think that's over 10. It's got to be over 10. Yeah, he sent 9. I think 10 gifted subs. Insane as we go racing again. The safety car's gone away. 10 gifted subs then in the Twitch chat. Absolutely incredible. The support for this league, it is insane. Let's look behind then with Humboldt and Gianfranco and King Fenrir as well, as they all go 3 abreast now down towards the left-hander. Who's going to get out ahead of this one? The McLaren out in front. Then comes the Alpine of Gianfranco as he runs off the Aston Martin off the side of the track. The Alpine now trying to get back through, and he does just about hold it, momentarily getting through, and now definitely holding that position in 8th position, ladies and gentlemen. Gianfranco with a very nice race so far. He's going to want to make the order back up there if he can. He was higher earlier on, up to about 2nd place, I think, at best, and he's going to have to try and do that again, but at the minute, quite out of position. He has gone on new tyres, though, so we'll see where he can get himself towards the end of the race. Let's go to the front then with Blake. Still as your leader, but he's managed to gain a 7/10 of a second gap from the guys behind at this current moment in time. It's Tyron 2nd place then with Ollie Southall 3rd. Then comes George Russell in 4 with Malone, his teammate, trying to hunt him down. He's gaining on him and looking for an overtake at the moment. Here comes Malone in the Audi, switching back underneath, trying it, but there was no room for a move there. Looked like actually he very nearly went around as he tried to catch the car. Now we head round and into the left-hander. And up towards the line we go. Lap 20 of 31 begins for the drivers. We have 11 laps left of racing. As the McLaren of Albon Lover is trying to get himself back through the order today. People cheering him on in the chat. Nice to see some Albon supporters. Really nice to see tonight as he is trying to catch up with the rest of the pack. He was up on the front row of the grid earlier on, now down to P7, but doing what he can to catch up. He has also got Gianfranco putting the pressure on behind. It is a struggle for him at the minute as we hit 1,300 TikTok followers. Keep it coming, everybody. Can we reach 1,500 before the end of the stream? Honestly, it is more than possible. Let's see if we can get there. Let's have it, everybody. The stream blowing up this evening. Get your follows in. Be a part of the movement to get us to 1,500. Love to see it. Thanks for the support, guys. This is a great race so far. People supporting Ferrari, people supporting Albon here as well. Oh, it's contact. The McLaren hitting the backside of the Cadillac then. The Cadillac is going to be losing a bit of pace there as here comes Albon. He's going to make a move on that Cadillac to the outside line. Albon trying to make that overtake, and he's going to go and do it for a moment. They still are level pegging, though. Who's going to get out in front? And again, a virtual safety car. Huge crash there. That is George Russell into the barrier. The Audi into the wall, and it is another full safety car, everybody. We have 4 full safety cars in total. Again, another safety car. But it is helping certain drivers as they make their way through the order. 4 safety cars. Insane. There's a 10-second time penalty there for a driver. And it was Tyrant. This is great commentary. Thank you very much, mate. Nice to have people supporting in the chat. Race looking like a 2026 Monaco. We've had 4 safety cars, which is insane. But still, the racing action's been very good, and supporting the chat has been more than good. So keep it up. You're like Martin Brundle. Thanks, mate. Well, lap 21 of 31. We have only 10 laps left, and there's a lot of people cheering on Albon. There's people cheering on Blake. I can see all the names popping up in the chat. Don't worry, I can see you guys. And, you know, I'm guessing hopefully they can feel the energy as well. And Blake has definitely got a good shot here of taking that win. This is definitely on the cards. Let's see what pit stops come in then. I'm assuming we're going to get some, surely. It's looking like we would. Albon in the Twitch chat says he's the GOAT confirmed. He is. He absolutely is. But we've had a lot of people retire today. I do want to say as well, let me just make it clear, this is not an accurate representation of what WRC is like all the time. We don't normally have this many DNFs. You know, 99% of the time, it is insanely clean. So sometimes it just does go a certain way. And again, on the face of it, it can look bad. But the league on a whole, don't let it fool you, because this is the place to be for Formula One racing online. It is superb. Safety cars have made this a super watchable race, a very in-depth perspective of the WRC projected across the screen. Yep. Well, someone says, when is the next race? The next race is going to be tomorrow night for the F2. So it's not Formula 1. We're going to be racing with the F2 cars, and that will be me commentating at 6 p.m. So if you guys are interested in that, I will be there. Yes, another stream will be coming your way. Make sure you follow the Twitch and the TikTok, as then you won't miss a single stream ever again. Yes, Evan, that's correct. I will be commentating both those days. Well, Blake in the McLaren is out in front, and he has driven a really nice race so far, I have to admit. One of the best drivers we've seen here today. What is the Twitch account name? It is WRC Online League, I believe. That is the Twitch account name. So if you want to go and watch it through there instead, you're more than welcome to. Got people watching on both sides of it, so join in on both of the streams tonight. The lap 22 of 31, and we are waiting for the safety car to come in. Someone says, has Blake used the mediums? I think he has. But we are going to see a masterclass race start here, no doubt about it. It is Blake from the front, and he's led a safety car restart once before. He's going to do it again. Yes, it is 6 p.m. British time, mate, in the chat. 6 p.m. British time here in WRC. But we're about to get racing again. The safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Time to go once more, and hopefully for the final time this afternoon. A lot of action, but of course you can expect it on a street circuit. But for the realistic performance cars, Blake's going to have a fairly decent car here in the McLaren. Ollie Southall will have an even better one probably in second place. Time to go racing again then. Do not go anywhere as the safety car is about to go in. The race is about to restart, the moment we've all been waiting for. And Blake will be leading us away. The drivers head round and towards the line. Here in Singapore, the 7th round of the season once again gets underway once more. Blake leads then round the final turn and towards the line. Can he be the leader into turn 1? He looks like he's going to make it very easy. Of course he can. Ollie Southall is nowhere near enough to make an overtake just yet, but he's got supporters in the chat here who want him to get ahead. Can Ollie Southall go for a Grand Prix win today? Ollie has been absolutely all there today, and really, really nice to see him doing well. We've got 3 abreast at the back here of Tyrone Tom being humbled as well as they go 3 abreast into the right-hander. It is the Aston Martin trying to get through. The Haas gets knocked back. Tyrone now losing a position to the Williams as they head round the right-hander, but nothing changes from them as we go up to the top. See if we can find anything. Gianfranco with a bit of a move there on Ace as it's side-by-side between the two. Ahead there goes Gianfranco into P5. Absolutely love to see that, as I do want to tell you, we haven't got a safety car out anymore. It does still say safety car. We don't have one. It is a bit of a glitch we have here in F1. But Franco really, really catching up here on the Audi in front. Just on the backside, and it's looking like it might even get a podium here for Franco. Albon Luther has got a time penalty up the inside line for the Alpine. Is that going to be another safety car? It's in the wall for one of the drivers there. King Femra at the back, retiring from the session. Big crash and out of the Grand Prix this evening. A lot of people retiring, but lap 23 of 31, we're going to head down now towards the final few corners to start lap 24, and it's Blake as your leader by 7/10 of a second. Ollie Southall runs behind and going wide there for Albon Lover as he cuts the corner. Not ideal there for the McLaren. He's got Gianfranco now as well, who's trying to catch him up, and he's actually been able to gain a few tenths of a second on him now. Gap 8/10 of a second at the minute. Lap 24 begins. So many supporters in the chat then for many drivers here. It's so nice to see. You can feel the energy then as the bottom 3 are all battling well. It's round to the left-hander here, and it's nearly 3 abreast. This Tyrone getting ahead and trying to get ahead of Kian here, bringing the action to him. Tyrone up the inside line. The pole sitter from earlier on is going to get ahead of Kian, forcing him right towards the ball, centimetres away, and ahead goes Tyrone at the moment as he does get through past Kian, who's now about to get overtaken by Tom B. He's on the rear side as well. Is he going to get ahead or not? I don't think he is, as he has to wait back and stay behind at the minute. A very nice 200 people in the TikTokers round goes the Haas there, and a huge spin for Tyrone as he gets himself back on, but falling down the order now Tiring down to P11. It's such a shame to see, as he did lose position. Albon Lover now with his second time penalty of the afternoon as well. That's going to really ruin Albon Lover's race. Albon Lover race, my apologies. Jack says he's making his debut on Saturday. He can't wait. I'm glad to see you joining, mate. So many people joining. One of the best leagues around, I have to say. If you can get us to 1,500 followers before the end of the stream, it'd be insane. Follow the league if you can, follow the stream. Here comes the Ferrari then. It's Albon Lover trying to make an overtake as he sends that car up the inside line. It is level through the final few turns. Who's going to get out in front here? I think Blake will still be your leader, but Ollie Southall just about holding on here from Albon Lover behind that. It's getting very close with the drivers as the McLaren of Albon Lover overtaken by Gianfranco now into the podium places. Through he goes, and now it's his time to fight on to the Scuderia. Oh, into the wall, Albon Lover spins and into the barrier. The McLaren has spun around. And the man that everybody has been rooting for this afternoon, Albon Lover, down in P12, gets himself back on the track. But it has all gone wrong for him. Very back of the grid now, unfortunately. As ahead of that then, it is Blake in the McLaren. Then comes Ollie Southall and Gianfranco going for the second place position here. Can he get ahead as he sends it through? He looks like he found enough space. He did find enough space to make that position. And it's second place for Gianfranco now into P2 and fighting well for a Grand Prix win. Can the Alpine go for the win today? It is absolutely on the cards. This could happen. The man that won earlier on, he's going to make it 2 for 2 if he continues on like this. 2 races won in one night for him. It's been a highly successful night for him. But Blake's being chased down by Gianfranco, and for the first time today, somebody really is putting the pressure on that race leader. We're going to head round and towards the final turn. And towards the line, can Gianfranco get ahead? It's looking like he might be able to soon. Only half a second the gap. Someone says, busy commentator you are. I am very busy, commentating a lot. I've commentated 2 times for the past 3 days. That's 2 times every day. It's quite a lot. But I do love it. I do really enjoy it. I've got nothing to complain about. Nothing at all. But here comes Franco. We've been waiting for this all evening long. Getting up to the backside of the McLaren. Is this going to be that overtake we've all been waiting for? I don't know if it is. He's holding on. Just not looking like it's enough just yet. He's putting the pressure on the McLaren. He's going to have to make a mistake here for that Alpine to get through. This has been some really, really good racing from the drivers. Blake getting his elbows out, not letting anybody get ahead, but he's lost his pace and he's lost that speed that he had over everybody. Franco has got so much more speed then and probably a lot more grip. The tyre offset 10 laps then between the two. Franco with much fresher tyres and to pull around the outside line. Can the Alpine go for the lead? He cannot do it just yet. Switching back underneath. This might be for the Grand Prix lead in Singapore. It is. Gianfranco now leads here in Singapore and could go to win 2 races in a row here in the World Racing Championship on the same night. A very successful night from the Alpine if he can go and do it. He leads this Grand Prix now. Blake down to 2, Maloon in 3 and on for a podium if he can hold this at the moment. Some nice drivers up at the top here. Nice to see them doing well. Ollie Southall in particular. He's here in 5th place. And Danny now gets ahead as I speak about him. The commentator's curse as he gets overtaken. Through goes Danny. Then behind that is Ollie Southall and Tyron as they battle out. Off wide there goes the Ferrari. Through goes Tyron. Tom B gets through. And Ollie Southall down to P7. I've got to say, that's got to be one of the biggest commentator's curses I've ever delivered, as he does get overtaken quite a few times, unfortunately for him. But nearly 200 people then in the TikTok and 24 in the Twitch watching this live as we watch to the front here. Gianfranco is your leader by a second then over the guys behind. A very successful night of racing and successful stream. And only a few laps left. If you haven't already, make sure you follow the TikTok. We are 1,345 followers in. Can we get to the 1,400 before the end of the stream? Let's see if we can get there. More than possible. Let's see if we can do it. Into the wall there for somebody. I did hear a scraping of the wall. I'm not too sure who that was. But this is the move here, as the Audi on the outside line, the Haas on the inside, and the Williams getting involved as well. The Haas has left them behind, as now the action comes from these two. It's Malone against Tom B, both giving it everything down towards the right-hander. Who's going to get out in front? The Williams doesn't make a late lunge, he stays behind, stays reserved. Maybe that was the best thing to do at the moment. This is still going on from the front though. Danny and Tyron don't want to leave each other alone at all as they battle it out till the end of this race. Tyron sends a late lunge up the inside line as the Haas now finds his way through. Absolutely brilliant, and a big confidence move there for Tyron as he gets through into third place and on the podium. However, he does have a time penalty of 3 seconds. 10 seconds for Tyron. That is going to be race ending. Danny at the moment on the podium after time penalties. It's Tyron then with a 3-second time penalty as well, so 13 now to him. But a very successful race apart from the amount of DNFs. It is a shame, but of course, as I mentioned earlier on, it is not a proper, accurate representation of the WRC league. These guys do always deliver some very nice, clean, and great racing action races. But it's not over yet. If you're in the chat then, give us some race predictions. Who's going to win this Grand Prix tonight? It's getting ever closer towards the end. And it's Gianfranco in the Alpine, from the front. He's got a 2.3 second lead over the guys behind. Blake is still trying to pull in front, but he's lost so much time here. It's going to be second place they have to settle for, unfortunately. As Albon Lover with a fastest lap as well, as he is really starting to pull some time in. It's Gianfranco, who is just going to run away with it now in the final few laps. It's absolutely gone his way. Totally dominated by him in the minute. Is that it in the chat? Is that the man himself, Jack Crossley? It is. Nice to see you recognise me. Welcome in, mate. Hopefully you're doing okay. But towards the line then, it is Gianfranco as your leader still by 2.7 seconds. Somebody going around there. I think Albon Lover struggling at the back. Such a shame. But, still continuing on to take P12 and will take some good points. I think took the fastest lap as well at this moment in time. Someone says, I remember when you did ARL comms for us was fun. Yes, ARL was a nice league to commentate. Maybe I'll be back there one day. You never know. Always going around to different leagues. But Tyron and Blake changing around. And the Haas has finally got up to second place. A nice effort from him then, who does gain a position. And now into P2. However, he does have a 13-second time penalty. That is going to really mess up with his final finishing time. And Blake, if he stays where he is, will be able to get back up to second place. So he shouldn't really worry too much about that. The Haas, at the minute, will be losing that position that he's just gone and gained for. But Gianfranco from the front then. Only a few laps left of this Grand Prix. And finally, at the end, he's got the strategy right. On the 12-lap old hard compound tyres, will be able to go till the end and take this Grand Prix win. He won the 6 p.m. race earlier on in WRC, and now coming here is going to try and make it 2 for 2. I think he might be able to go and do it. Rylan says, I've joined this league. I love your commentating. You made me join. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Nice to see you joining the league. Nice to see the league getting so much recognition now as well. So many followers we've gained over the past few days. Very nearly on 1,400 now. We've gained a hell of a lot over, just today. We've gained probably nearly 400, which is just incredible. Maybe we'll get some more as well tomorrow for the F2. But up to the front, Gianfranco leading. Tyre in second place, who will lose that at the minute. Then comes Blake. A draw with a 10-second time penalty. He's really struggling with penalties at the minute. As he and Kian both in the pit lane here. The action dying down towards the end. This is probably the closest battle we have at the minute. We have 3, 4, and 5, all within a few tenths of a second. It's 4, 5, and 6, all within a few tenths of a second. It's me, Static Laser from Extinguished. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Nice to see that you found us here on the TikTok. Nice words as well from everybody. But this is the final few laps of the Grand Prix then. And it has been a brilliant race. If you guys have missed it, I think, later on, Mikey might be doing a race replay of one of the streams and putting it on again, which might be quite nice. And maybe some people will be watching that to get some more action in. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? But we're going round onto the final lap. And what a race it has been. Evan in the chat, yes, I will be commentating the Monday 8 p.m. So, oh no, I don't think I'll be commentating that. I'm doing the 6 p.m. potentially. I don't really know. But we'll work it out as we get there. I will let you know if I can. But coming out of the pit lane now from McLaren and on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. 160 people watching on the TikTok, 25 on the Twitch. And Gianfranco is about to go 2 for 2 here in WRC, sorry. It's been a brilliant, brilliant drive from him at the minute. But he has to go and take it. He has to go and actually complete this. Can he go and do it? I'm sure he can. It has been a domination drive since he got ahead, and a few seconds now ahead of the competition behind. It is all to play for here, but Franco definitely for the win. All to play for behind, though. And Malone and Tom B not far behind each other. This is going to be the battle for 4th place here, and he's going to have to try and get in front if he can. Not looking likely at the minute, but could get him towards the main straight. You have to get a late lunge there for that to happen. Let's go up to the front here. Gianfranco still 2.5 seconds ahead of everybody. Really enjoyed this one this afternoon, and I hope you guys have too. The Alpine with a domination drive in the latter stages since getting ahead of Blake. Has really found his groove. And Franco racing here with us on his debut, I believe, in the World Racing Championship for the 6 p.m. race earlier on. Wins that race and comes here today to do the exact same thing. This man is on a mission, and he's going to go 2 for 2 in the World Racing Championship. It is the Singapore Grand Prix won by Gianfranco in the Alpine. Second place then will be Blake, and third will be Tyron. Never mind. Danny on penalties. It is going to be Danny third, Tyron down to 4, Tom B 5. Malone will be 6 at the end of this Grand Prix. Then P7 will be humble when he gets there. And the list goes on. I did see people in the chat talking about, please could you put on the race results? The standings. I will not have the updated standings from this race until maybe the next stream. So I can't do that just yet, unfortunately. But a great race nevertheless, and a whole lot of people watching live. Before we get off, make sure you follow the TikTok and get it up, as we are trying to make this league the best that it possibly can be. When's the next stream? The next stream is going to be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. British time, and that'll be for the Formula 2 cars. So F2, that's commentated by me again. So be there for that one, everybody. There's a draw with a 10-second time penalty at the end, but we wait for Albon now to cross the line. He's quite far back, won't be long, and he should cross that line to take P12 and still some decent points at the end of this race. Aaron, what's that in American time? That should be around about 1 p.m. American time, I think. In the chat, thank you. That was fun to watch. No problem, mate. Glad you guys enjoyed. Glad everybody enjoyed tonight. Just going to wait now for the last driver to cross the line, and then we can do a proper send-off on the stream. Cheers, mate. I hate maths. I understand, mate. No problem. Well, what a great race. Even with the retirees and the DNFs, it was still good, in my opinion. Really fun to watch. And this is your podium, everybody. Someone says, how many races are left? Let me have a look at the championship standings. The calendar. We've just had Singapore. It's a 10-round season on Thursday, everybody. So we've got Brazil next for the 8th round. 9th round is Bahrain, and round 10 we round off in China. But of course, we pretty much do that every week and on every day of the week. This is only one tier out of many in WRC. As here is your finishing results then, ladies and gentlemen. It is the race winner, Gianfranco. Fastest lap, Albon Lover. Driver of the day, Kian, as well as most overtakes for Kian. Nice to see him being on there today. And the cleanest driver goes to Blake at the end of this Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for your support, everybody. It's massively appreciated. And the followers, we are on 1,369 at the end of this stream. Phenomenal stuff. I'll be live again tomorrow on Friday at 6 p.m. UK time. If you want to get involved once again, make sure you join here on the TikTok. We are far from over with this stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow to do it all again with F2. Have a good evening and good night, everyone. Here in the World Racing Championship, he has shown up today, crossing the line. He will win the first round of the season. He wins the Australian Grand Prix. F1 Nathan, on his debut, wins here in WRC.